Hello and a very good afternoon, good morning and welcome to Crafters TV. My name is Ben Moseby. Thank you for joining us this lovely Saturday. You've got a bit of a mixer today because obviously Becky was here earlier on for Play Your Crafts, right? And we had an earlier show as well, didn't we? The Craft House on super early. But I'm here, of course, because we've got a brilliant HSN preview coming up a little bit later on. But before that, we have got a master class. And you know what? We're talking about the Vintage Diary collection during this show, but actually this show is going to be sort of a masterclass, but also potentially sort of an impromptu, I don't know why I did that, an impromptu craft along, because what we want you to do is if you've already got this collection or elements of this collection, we would love you to kind of craft along with us. Or if you've already got this collection and made some beautiful projects, we would love to see what you've made. But more on that in just a little while. Obviously, it's not just me for the next couple of hours. Could you imagine? Could you imagine? I am joined by one of my absolute faves, more commonly now known as the Fish, but I still like to call her Debbie Fisher. How are you?
I'm good, Ben. It's nice to see you.
Nice to see
a nice surprise because I thought I had Becky all day. And I've just realised because Becky was saying earlier that we have the two G's in.
Yeah.
With her with the B, it makes the Bee Gees, and you're a bee, so we've still got the Bee Gees in.
Hey, I love that. Yes, the Bee Gees in the house. Woohoo!
Yeah, Bee G'd.
The B what?
The D, we had to put a D on the end. Bee G'd.
Oh, well, you could have been the Bee Gees.
The Bee Gees. I love that. I can sit down with it.
The Bee Gees in the house. So, D, what can we expect from this collection?
Do you know what? We really did. We're going to have a really fun show because what we've decided to do, we took a lot of input from what you were saying last week, what you wanted to see, and scrapbooking was really top of the agenda. You're all looking forward to seeing some more scrapbooking. So we're going to do a little bit of a sort of craft house, sort of craft class, master class, and a craft along. So if you do have any of the collection that I've got in front of me, and some photos, we're going to be doing from scratch a scrapbooking page, and we're going to be adding all these different elements that you can see from this amazing collection that Sara's done. This has been, I think, one of the most popular ones. It's got all the ribbons in there, it's got the different embellishments, it's got all the timeless accessories that you can possibly think of. It even has the amazing, the famous wax seal, which I'm still not going to be demoing in this show.
Why is that famous?
Yes, I think I made the wax seal a little bit famous. That was the trouble, yes. But we're going to be showing exactly what we do with some photos and how you can do them. So I'm just showing you some cards for inspiration for all the sorts of things you can have. Now, the only thing that really isn't available in the collection anymore is the paper pads, but we do have the most luxurious vellum. So handing back over to you, Ben.
Thank you, D. We have got such a beautiful collection here, and already loads of you saying hello. Lil J Craft is in from North Yorkshire. Hello, Georgianne Curley from Clearwater, Florida. Pamela says good afternoon from a warm and sunny central New York. Hi to Pamela as well, who says good afternoon, Debbie, Ben, and Team Social. Hotter than Hades in Glendale, Arizona. That is hot. Merlin says, hi, Debbie and Ben. Hello, Merlin. And Michelle Knits for you says, good morning, Debbie and Ben. Waving all the way from NJ. And we are waving back at ya. Right, let's get cracking and talk about this collection because it is phenomenal. I just want to give you a quick overview as to what we've got in this collection. We've got smaller bundles available for you. However, the main value for money is in the full collection. Of course, with this as well, it does qualify you for your free shipping too, which is fantastic. You're saving $32.81 or $43.05. If you're a platinum member, £103.20 or $137.60. And look at all of the goodies that you've got in here. You've got the gorgeous dies. You've got that key to my heart. You've got tags and banners in here. You've got a die which is going to give you those glorious page edges. There's also in this collection the vellum pad. You've got stamps in here. You've got embellishments in here. You've got the gorgeous antique frame stamp and die set. You've got ribbon. You've got metal charms. You've got wooden frames and corners. It is absolutely huge. There's loads more stamps in there. One of my favourite dies of recent times is in there too, and you'll see it just down, I think it's just there, yeah, the pocket watch, which is absolutely gorgeous. There's so much within this collection, 180 elements. You've got the vellum, the luxury pearl pad is included in there too. It is mammoth. The value for money on this. You've got 2 absolutely stunning embossing folders in here as well, by the way. If you've seen this previously and you've thought, shall I, shan't I, this is a great day to jump in and grab it for the fact that you're making that saving, and you're going to get another 20% off if you're platinum. If you want to break it down, as I said, have a look on the website. You'll see the smaller bundles. We've done stamp and die bundles. We've done the paper pad bundles. We've done bundles for the embellishments. But this is the way to go. Now listen, get in touch with us on Facebook and YouTube. If you want to ask any questions, get those in. If you want to send in your comments as well, you can get those into us as well. And of course, if you've already crafted with this collection, or if you're planning on crafting along, send us in those pictures as well. studio@crafterscompanion.co.uk, and we'll have a look at those as we head through the show. But we are hugely excited. Don't forget to save this show as well. If you are already subscribed to us over on YouTube, you can just simply add it to your playlist and come back to it. If you don't have time to chance to craft along with us today, you can do so at a later date. But this is going to be a goodie. I've got a funny feeling. Right, let us get started over the other side of the studio. So what we're going to be doing today, looking at scrapbooking, right?
We are looking at scrapbooking, and actually we're going to go right back to basics, and we're just going to simplify it, how you get started with scrapbooking. Now I know there's a lot of people out there that are expert scrapbookers. I don't think I'm an expert in any field at all with scrapbooking, but what I like to think that I like to do is to be creative, and scrapbooking really is where I started my journey, Ben. I don't know if you know that. So I started with scrapbooking when my daughter was young. I started to put photos in, started to scrapbook as they got older, and that's where it all started. And then I got into card making, and then actually overtook the scrapbooking. I enjoyed it more than what I did scrapbooking, but I do miss the scrapbooking. So what I thought is I'd start at basics, get a few photos. What I've actually done is I've got these vellum pads in. I adore these. I think they're the nicest vellum paper pad that we've ever done.
Yeah.
Now vellum is a great, you can see I've been using mine. It's a great one because if you just fold it and fold it the other way, it tears beautifully. That will just then come away. So it tears lovely and gives a lovely edge. But if you was to then decide you want to tear it, so just tearing it down, it gives a really amazing edge on there with a white core. So it's a great one to use in so many different ways, and we're going to be using it throughout our scrapbook. But what the best thing of it's for is its layering qualities. So I'm just going to pick, I want this one. I love this one.
Beautiful.
This one's full of roses. We're going to be doing a sort of wedding page. I'm going to do it for my daughter as a gift because I wanted to sum up her wedding day for me. So can you see the difference there, Ben? Look, putting it onto there.
Yep.
If I just bring in the only extras I'm going to use, I will go through some of the things we're going to use in it. If I put that gold, look how that looks. That looks really aged, really distressed, amazing. But then when we put it under white cardstock, we get almost like a complete contrast.
Yeah.
I mean, it completely changes it. And actually, I'm just going to bring in, we've got these paper pads as well. Let me bring in a dark piece and put it on there. Now look at this. It even then changes that. It gives almost that mysterious look about it, and just a really nice tone. So first of all, choose which page you want to do, meaning what cardstock you want to use. So I'm going to use a white cardstock, which is a 12 by 12, and then I'm going to put my papers on top. This paper, see, either my page is slightly smaller and my vellum is a little bit bigger, but it doesn't matter, because what I'm going to do to start with, I'm going to use my tape pen. Now the tape pen is the best thing that you can use because you don't notice it. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go around the edges of my page, making sure I go right down to the sides of the book there. Not the book, the page.
Okay.
So we're just going to follow that all the way round, right through there. And then all I'm going to do is just do one down the middle, which will just hold that all together. So then we can pop our page on. Let me see what we want. Let's do the darker side. So just going down to this bit here and lining it up. And then what we're going to do is, as you push down, you will then just bring that in, and you can see if I just press that down, you cannot see that tape pen through there at all. It's so good. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take my scissors and we're just going to trim off that excess.
There's loads of people watching and saying hello already. By the way, if you're a big scrapbooker, because I've already seen a few of you going so pleased that Debbie's showing us scrapbooking, we love to see scrapbook demos. Send in pictures of your scrapbook projects as well. What have you been scrapbooking? That's what I would like to know as well, because obviously Debbie's been talking about making scrapbook pages for her daughter's wedding. What have you scrapbooked over the years? What kind of things do you like to put in those scrapbooks that you can come back to and look at a later date? I'd love to know, and let's inspire each other with the comments and with those pictures as well. Do get those sent in on the usual channels, please. Look at these pictures. So this was your daughter's wedding, was it?
This was my daughter's wedding, yes.
Gorgeous,
so this
gorgeous.
was 4 years ago now.
Yeah.
And it was just a beautiful morning. So I went round, she had all her friends, she had 6 bridesmaids. And I went round really to look after Ruby. So she was 2 years old at the time, she's now 6.
Yeah.
And I love these photos. These were the ones that really stood out to me, especially this one, getting her ready.
Yeah.
It was just such a beautiful moment, looking after Ruby. She just had her hair done, 2 years old.
Bless.
And she was so happy because all she wanted to do was get in her bridesmaid dress. And we were trying to stop her from getting in that dress.
She probably thought she was a little princess.
She did, and she was a little princess.
Yeah.
And then we've got Poppy having her makeup done. And then I love this picture. This was took just after this picture. So she stood then in front of the mirror and was putting in her jewellery. I've also then just marked some of my pictures. Can you see? I've almost sort of just gone in and just distressed them a little bit. I've also printed them out in sepia, just in case anyone's wondering about the papers, because I thought these would really go well with our page. So you can see, just putting these onto our page, even just having that beautiful background and being able to put our pages in like we do, looks amazing. I mean, you could just stick it like that and it would look beautiful, but we're going to do a lot more. So as we go through, we're going to be doing something with each photo, and then at the end we're going to be putting our whole demo together. So we've got our page. I'm then going to be using a piece of cream cardstock. So cream cardstock and gold cardstock are probably the extras that you're going to need, as well as your base card that you're going to put your 12 by 12 vellum onto. So we're going to start with this piece. Now this piece is, let me get my right measurements, it's 5.5 by 10.5 inches. And then I'm going to get my scoreboard and we're going to score it. Now you want to score it at 3.5 and 7. I must have mucky fingers. I think it's coming off my photo prints. I'm just going to wipe my fingers because I'm getting prints everywhere. So I think that's what I'm doing. So, but actually it's all going to aid to that distressed look, isn't it?
That's the reason why you have mucky fingers, I know. Yes.
Yeah, that's it, definitely.
Add to the age look, yes.
So we're going to go in at 3.5 and also at, I haven't got my big board. So in fact, yes, we can do that, and 7. I was thinking I was scoring at 10, but we're not, we're scoring at 7. Now what this is going to do, it's just going to create a little pocket. So we're going to mount in and valley fold. So just mount in and then valley fold my other bit. And actually I've creased that, so I'm going to just take another piece of card, because I did think when I did that I pressed a little bit too hard. Can you see? I've actually put a hole through it. So yeah, I know, terrible, isn't it?
Gently does it.
Gently does it, yeah. As I did it, I thought, oh, that went right through. So we're going to do this at 5.5. So good to start from scratch anyway. So if anyone is crafting along, they can see exactly what we are doing. And then I'm just going to actually measure, rather than get all my my little ledge down from the guillotine. I'm just going to measure that across and then cut that to size.
I say lots of people tuning in. Elaine says, good morning, Debbie and Ben. Looking forward to see what you have in store for us today. Christy Mahoney's in. Hello, everyone. Sandra says, Debbie, you could always try the melting spoon technique.
Oh, a melting spoon.
Melting spoon technique.
Let us know more.
Yes. Let us know more on that one, Sandra. Shelley and Roger are watching from sunny Lincolnshire. Mary Pat saying the collection amazing, love at first sight for me. Patricia's in from Stone Mountain, Georgia. Robin's watching from California, and Candice from Western Nebraska says it's going to be about 95 degrees here today.
My goodness.
I was out early this morning getting water on the garden, now ready for some CTV. We've got the fans going in here. In case you can hear a bit of a humdrum in the background, the fans are going in here because it's about 95 degrees in here currently. Well, maybe not that hot, but it's warm. It's warm.
It definitely is.
95 degrees is about, it's about, what's 95? It's about mid-30s, isn't it, I think? 34, 35 degrees, something like that. It's just nice to have a fan by my side. I've always wanted a fan. Got one. Not that kind of fan. But there we are.
Right, Ben, what we are going to do, we're going to use this on our scrapbook, and I'm going to make it almost like a little hidden pocket. So when it comes to looking at it, you can then see. I might just turn that around because it's got a mark on that one. So let's do that way.
Okay.
Yeah, so we know which way we're going. So this is going to be the front, and I'm just going to use one of the sentiment stamps. So I'm using on this one the Perfectly Parisian, and this has got some really nice bits in here. So we're going to start off with putting this onto the front. So this will be our front piece. So let's pop that there and pick that up. And actually, what I am going to do, let's I'm going to get this feather. So we might as well do a few things in one go. So let's have our feather over there at the side. Yep, that will be fine.
Lovely.
So we're just going to pop that on. And then I'm going to use my quick drying ink. So we're going to use our seal brown.
Yes.
So a nice colour to use when you're stamping onto cream. Looks very vintage.
We've got a little collection we put together to go with this vintage diary collection, which you'll find on the show page as well. I might show you a little bit later on the ink pads.
You might.
I might. Depends how I feel.
Yeah, it depends how Ben feels, whether he shows you that.
When I want to. I'll see.
Now, because this one is going to be inside, and we want to sort of pull that down when it's open, so you can see, you can stamp the back if you wanted to, but we're just going to continue this stamping inside. But what I am going to do is use this photo here so we can actually have that in the centre. So we will do a bit more to that. So I'm going to stamp up here just to add some interest. And actually we can still use that feather, but I'm going to take the other one away. I'm going to clean my stamps as I go along, just in case we want to use them again.
Georgina, producer Georgina, is saying you're one of the tidiest crafters.
Yes.
On a par with Jan. I don't think Craig's that tidy. Do you think Craig's tidy? I would say Debbie and Jan, definitely. Debbie Robinson.
I do like to.
No. Debbie and Debbie are kind of poles
that.
apart.
It was like everyone was saying, like Debbie Robinson. No.
Not. If there's anyone going to make a mess over that side, it'd be the first person to make a mess on the new countertop. Yeah, Debbie Robinson, probably.
That's really funny.
Oh dear.
Yeah, Debbie's not. She doesn't mind being messy though. The thing is, nor does Jan, but she's just organised.
Yeah.
Jan is such an organised person. Debbie's not organised.
Isn't that the whole fun of crafting though? Is getting in a bit of a mess.
Yeah, it is, I must admit. But I like to clear up so you can get in a mess for the next one.
Yeah, yes. Yeah.
Otherwise, I wouldn't know whether I was coming or I was going.
No.
So we're starting to get that beautiful effect now of what we're doing. We've got our photo in the middle, but what I'm then going to do is just bring in this bit here, because I love this die. It has this effect of creating that page. So what I am going to do, I think we'll do it at the side. We're just going to run that through our machine. So we're using the Gemini Junior. It's on a brilliant offer at the moment, Ben, isn't it? Which is just
absolutely
amazing.
Back in stock in the US as well.
Yes.
Which is marvellous. We'll flash the details up on that in just a little while. But yeah, if you wanted to get your hands on your Junior, then today is a good day to be doing it. 10% off, then plus another 20%, of course, if you're platinum. Oh, yes! It's just over £100. And off the top of my head, £130, I want to say. Ish. I'll get you the, there we go. It's $125.99 or $179.95. So as I say, it's just over £100 if you are a platinum member. In the US, it is 100 and I have got it written down somewhere. 140. Why don't I just have a look at my piece of paper? I've written it down. It's right here, right? So I'll just have a look. 143.96. There you go. 143.96. So as we said, a good day to be jumping in and buying. Actually, a good day. So what are you up to now, Debbie?
So all I'm doing now, before I stick my photo in, I'm just giving some extra distress to this this first panel that we're doing. And as you can see, all we've used from the collection so far is those gorgeous stamps. So even the stamps are really worth using because they just create an amazing distress look. I think I've used a brown one, but it's got a little bit of different brown on it because we're getting almost like that sort of fryer brown coming through, and I'm using the seal brown. And then I'm going to go on to the edges as well.
Yeah, we've got
just to give us that interest.
Fryer brown and seal brown are in the opaque pigment bundle that we were doing. Actually, what's that? You get the Fryer Brown one for free because you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you get the 5th one for free. Again, we'll flesh the details up on that in just a bit. But handy, isn't it, that we're putting together these little ink pad sets for you as well, so you can kind of expand your collection, do more with your collection as well. So you're never stuck, and you've got ways to sort of enhance the collection as well, if you like, really.
Yeah, absolutely. So we're going to just pop our photo into here, and that will be our first one. So if I just fold that up and reseal that, just so we know that that's, I'm just making sure, trying not to put too many sticky fingers, or inky fingers I should say.
Oh, yeah.
And that will then give us our photo inside there. So that's our first one. We'll be doing some die cutting later and putting extra elements on there. But all I'm going to do with that then, Ben, is, oh, my ribbon's gone. I had a piece of ribbon and it's disappeared. Where's that gone? I will find it, but it doesn't matter. And if we can't, we've got some twine that comes with the collection, and we're just going to give that a little tie up. And that's our first part of our scrapbooking done.
Fantastic. We've got lots more to come as far as this demo is concerned, but I thought I'd take you through everything that you're going to get in the collection. So many lovely comments coming in. Alison says, good morning from Brooklyn, New York. Had a quick nap since this morning's craft house at 4 a.m. Who was up for the craft house this morning as well? Let me know. It was super early, wasn't it? Especially if you're watching us from the US. Mary Pat saying, I enjoy scrapbooking more than card making, so I'm extra happy today. Maureen's watching. Hello, Maureen. Saying it's a beautiful afternoon here in Cheshire. Hope everyone's okay. And then lots of chat about the scrapbooking. Jean just says, hi, Debbie and Ben. I have this collection. I love it. It's so elegant. Yolanda says, I'm going to be scrapbooking my daughter's graduation. Absolutely brilliant. This is the kind of thing we're talking about. Alison on Facebook says, I would love to scrapbook, but too afraid to make that first cut or mistake.
Oh, you can never make a mistake.
No.
Literally, please, yeah, just go. You'll see as we go through. I've not planned anything, so I wanted for you to see how easy scrapbooking is. It just means you get your photos. That's the first thing you need to do, and then you're governed by what your background colours are, what your colours that you want to do. I knew that I was using this collection, so I wanted it to be really vintage. So I made sure that I just set my printer on the sepia and got the colours that I needed. Once you've got that, everything else is so simple, I promise you.
Just a couple more, and as I say, I'll show you through the collection. Sandra is saying, I have made many scrapbooks for myself, my mum, and did one 12 years ago for my daughter on her 18th birthday. She's now a mum of almost a 2-year-old boy and a girl who's almost 2 months, maybe again. Yeah, this is the thing, isn't it? It's great to be able to do things like this and then, you know, enjoy the whole process of doing it, and then to be able to then get them out, you know, years down the line. I just think is fantastic. And Paula says, yay, scrapbooking. I make my granddaughter a scrapbook each year. It starts on her birthday in March, and then it's her gift on her next birthday. This year it was her 13th book. Right, I'm loving all of these. Keep those coming in. Let us know what you are scrapbooking and why. And as I say, if you want to send in pictures too, you can do that as well. But this collection is phenomenal. There is so much to it. And I think you're getting it at such a great price today as well. £129 or $172. That's before your platinum discount, of course, as well. But saving $32.81 or $43.05 if you are a platinum member, you're saving even more, of course, as well. Right, so this is the collection. You're going to get all of this if you go for the details on screen right now. So this gorgeous die first up, the Key to My Heart die, which is simply stunning. If I just flick that back for you, you can see the detailing on the padlock there. Again, you could use that for so many different occasions, but really stunning. The dies in here, I think you're going to absolutely love. You then got your tags and banners die as well. Again, perfect to use with this collection, perfect for your scrapbooks, but again, perfect for all year round as well. Lots of times, I suppose, when you would need a beautiful tag to use. This is the one of the dies that Debbie was just showing you a few moments ago, your edges die. So you've got the die there, which will allow you to create that sort of torn edge detailing, and then the die here that looks like you just pulled it out of a little like a ring binder, I suppose, really. So really, really effective. Again, if you're not too confident about creating that sort of torn edged effect, you've got a die to be able to do that there for you. Then stamps in this collection. We've got your exquisite embellishments here. Again, look at this. You've got your piles of books and your envelopes. Love, love, love that teacup. And again, the gorgeous font with some little postmarks on there as well. Sentiments galore, your adorning sentiment stamps. There's loads on here. Things like Dear Diary, a moment in time with you, just because, and especially for you. Lots of different verses there and some lovely fonts to kind of really complement this collection. Next up is, yes, the wax seal kit. We always tend to put these in these sort of collections, and I really, really like them. The things that you can do with them, fantastic. You've got the cross and also the crown in this particular set with the two different colours there, which is phenomenal. Then we've got stamp and die sets, your antique frame and die set. Again, the fact that you've got the ability to be able to cut out that stamp with the die, and then you can pop in sentiments from this collection should you wish. I love the fact that you've got that little banner there as well, that you can pop in a tiny little sentiment for too should you wish. Then on top of that, all of the embellishments. So as we've chatted about, you've got your traditional jute twine, 30 meters of that included, really giving you a sort of vintage shabby look. You've then got your cotton ribbon pack, two different styles of ribbon. There's 3 meters of each here, but you've got that one set with the gorgeous butterflies, and then you've got that really sort of ancient vintage font on t'other. I love the fact that we're giving you a metal charm pack too. 10 metal charms, you're going to get 2 of each. How gorgeous are these? And again, running with that theme, you've got the lock and key there, you've got that gorgeous bird cage, the flowers, the little bicycle, and how gorgeous is that butterfly? 10 of those included in the pack. We are still going, because on top of that, you've got your wooden frame and corner again, particularly great, like we said, if you love these sort of mixed media projects, if you love scrapbooking, there's so much in here to get you cracking. This next stamp set that you're going to get in the collection is the Perfectly Parisian stamp set, and this is the one that Debbie was just using a few moments ago, elements of. In there you've got that bird cage, you've got the feather, the quill if you like, and more keys on there as well. Absolutely glorious. Here's my little favourite, I love that. The pocket watch, I think, is stunning. Again, that is a stamp and die, just allowing you to craft with real ease with that collection. Then again, how gorgeous is that? Your feathered quill die, once again, super, super detailed and really, really gorgeous. And then we've got embossing folders as well. I'm not even really touched on these. You've got your Dear Diary embossing folder. So much detail in this with the font in the background there. And then you've got the detailing of the books. And that gorgeous teacup at the front, and then on top of that, a moment in time. Again, sort of layered up detailing on here, and that theme of the pen and quill, the ink pot there as well, running through this collection. But that is not all, because you're also going to get, if you go for the full bundle, your 12 by 12 vellum, which is what we're obviously featuring heavily during this particular show. So again, all of this gorgeous vellum, and you're seeing just how beautiful it is and how versatile it is to be able to work with as well. And then you're also going to get your luxury pearl pad too, but I just think this is great. I love how we put these together, and that all of the elements of the dies, of the stamps, of the embellishments, then run through all of the paper pads that we give you as well. It's all just almost like you've had like a personal shopper, gone out, chosen it all for you, and then gone, there you go, you can get crafting now. You don't have to think too much, because everything has been done for you. It's been laid on a plate. You can have all of the fun with this, and it's so super simple. And as I say, last but by no means least is your luxury pearl pad, your card pack, 3 colours, 8 of each you're going to get in this collection. It just really rounds it all off, and for that price, I think you're doing pretty well there, aren't you, really? £129 or $172. Less your 20%, that comes down to £103.20 or $137.60. And as I said, huge value for money. If you want to go for smaller collections, you can do. So let's just break that down for you and show you. So the stamp and die collection brings you these elements. So you've got the tags in here, you've got the torn edge dies, you've got the lock and key, the quill and the pen pot, the ink pot I should say, you've got the the pocket watch, and also, don't think they had stopwatches back in those days. And you've also got that antique frame as well. £41.45 or $50.96. If you're into your stamping and embossing, we've bundled those two gorgeous embossing folders together for you as well, with those stamps, including the Parisian, the embellishments, and all of those gorgeous sentiments. £29.56 or $37.40 is that collection. Next up is the vellum and luxury paper pad collection. 36 sheets in total there. That's $23.98 or $39.92. And then the embellishment. So this is where you're going to get your charms. You're also going to get your jute. You're going to get the ribbon in there as well. You've also got the wood pieces, and you've got the wax seal kit included to £34.35 or $43.76, saving 20% and another 20% off that if you're platinum. Other bits and pieces that you might want to pop into your basket, the precious memory die, the album spine, again, super handy to have. You know, if you are into things like your scrapbooking, into making these memory books, this is great for being able to create the spine of that, and it allows you to do it so easily. $19.99 or $31.96 is the price on that one. You've then got your precious memories die, the tab, page and purse card. Again, just extra elements to allow you to add more interest to your scrapbooks, to your projects, to your memory books, and that is £23.99 or $31.96. Now, very excited to say that back in stock is the Gemini Junior. If you have wanted to get your hands on this in the US and you've noticed that it's been out of stock, well, it is out of stock no more. It's here, $125.99 or $179.95. However, if you're a platinum member, that is £100.79 or $143.96. And it is just such a brilliant machine. Today is a great opportunity to get your hands on it. If you've been missing it in the States, it is here, so grab it today. So many messages coming in, and I know you're sending in some pictures as well, which is brilliant. Caroline C on YouTube is saying, I've never tried scrapbooking, but it looks like a good thing to try. It is absolutely, because it's one of those crafts, again, that it's super simple to do. And like Debbie said earlier on, even if it was just a case of taking your cardstock, putting on some vellum, and then just arranging some photos on there, done. It doesn't have to be like uber complicated and uber over the top. It can be nice and simple should you wish. And Candice is saying, I've been doing recipe books for wedding gifts. I have the families of the couple give me their family's favourite recipes and photos, then coordinate both into a scrapbook recipe book. So fun to do and give. Wow. More comments in just a bit, because there's loads coming in. Thank you for all of these. But let's get back to that demo. Lots of people, by the way, Debbie, loving the pictures of the wedding. Looked like it was a fab day.
Do you know what? And I know everyone probably says it about their own Charles, but even all their friends have said, out of all the weddings they've ever been to, it was the best one.
Really?
It was just so good from start to finish. I mean, the main thing is that they were able to have outside, and I've never been to an outdoor wedding before. It was truly beautiful, and you can't plan it. So it's one of those things. If the weather's nice on the day, then they'll do it outside. If it's not, then it's indoors. But luckily, it was just so beautiful, and from start to finish, it was just a lovely day. The party was brilliant in the evening. Literally, the dance floor was packed all night. We did not sit down.
Any dodgy dancing on the dance floor?
Oh, always.
That was just you, Debbie, was it?
That was just me. Yeah, that was definitely me. Yeah, I was proper giving it some on the dance floor. I love dancing. Do you know what, Ben? It's what I miss so much. Yeah. Just being able to go out and have a good old boogie.
Oh, me too. You wait until we have the party here, the crafters party. It'll be you and me on that dance floor.
Absolutely. Oh my God, I can't wait.
My dancing has got worse over the years. There's something to be said about Dad dancing, but or maybe just back in the day I thought I was good at dancing, and as I've got older, I've realised that nah. The kids tell me most of the time, like, Dad, seriously. But there you go.
I know my kids have never worried. They're always quite happy for me to join them on the dance floor.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Right, so what I've done here, Ben, we've just been talking and not even talking about what we're doing. I've used the tab pages, so the page edges. These are great because obviously it cuts out that page. You can do it either one, but obviously this one is the one that looks like it would slot into those sort of ring binders at the top. Then you've got this deckled edge, which looks like your torn edge page. So I've just created myself a page, and then I also want to decorate it with our vellum. So what I've done is I'm just going down the actual page. I don't want to do too much on this side because I've took off a bit more than I wanted to on the opposite side. But the good thing is with this is it doesn't matter. You can tear as much as you want. It doesn't matter that it's got that sort of rough torn edges. You just use it to sort of go wherever you want it to go. So I'm just going to rip a bit off there so we keep that grande on the top there. Mm-hmm. And then what I'm going to do, I'm also going to use this edger to edge the bottom piece because then it will just be in line with that base. Now you don't have to do that, it's just another nice little thing that you can do to edge them. And it just makes all our mats and layers just look more interesting because we've got the dies to be able to do it. So I'd be really interested anyone's going for the collection or whether they've already got it and done any scrapbooking pages with it, because it is one of those collections that really lends itself to scrapbooking because you've got those edge elements, you've got the sentiments, you've got the most amazing stamps, plus you've got all the tags. So scrapbooking is also about making those memories and you can actually, there's tags in this collection which are amazing because you can then hand write all your different memories on them. The date maybe you might want to stamp on there and you can do that. It just looks amazing. So again, we're going to be using our seal brown. Your fryer brown and seal brown will be amazing for these, and we're just going to go in and just distress the edges really. So I mean, I know you can do it, like a lot of people say they use tea bags.
Oh yeah, I've heard about that. And
yeah, definitely.
coffee as well.
Yeah, coffee, absolutely. But actually, when you've got your ink pads at hand, you might as well just use them because look, it makes it look so amazing. They're just like that distressed look. Now, before we do any more, I'm going to make sure we stick that onto the top. So I'm just going to use my tape pen. There it is. I'm just going to go down each side to pop that on and in the centre and just put that extra element on. I don't think I've ever used vellum so much as I have in the last couple of weeks. I just tend to be using it on everything. It's almost like I've just found it and it's my new best friend.
Yeah, Craig was saying something similar as well actually recently.
It's just I think
all of a sudden.
Yeah, I think it's because we've never done so many elements with vellum in it, and now we do lots of paper pads, lots of ways you can do vellum with, and it's a great one to use. So that's our die there. Then we've got our picture. So I've got my poppy getting ready in the mirror there, but I've got a little bit of a blank space here I want to do something with. So with scrapbooking, it's about taking advantage of any pieces to put extras onto. So what I am going to do, just to keep it straight, I'm going to put a border down this side. So we're just going to pop our red liner tape down there and then trim that off. And I'm going to take that, well in fact, no, what I can do, because I want to put it onto another piece of card, because I'm going to get a bit messy, Ben.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah, we're going to get a bit messy. So what I am going to do, let me trim those bits off. I wanted to keep it, actually I'm going to keep them there and just hold them down onto the card, because we can trim them off afterwards. So taking this away, then I'm going to bring in this little pot of golden goodness. I mean, how beautiful is this? Now, you do not need a lot of this.
Turn the fan off.
Don't put the fan on me. What I would also recommend is that you get another tub. Do you know you get like the takeaway containers, the little plastic tubs? Transfer it into a little plastic tub, because this is so full of gilding flakes.
Yeah.
Sometimes it feels like too much has come out, because they really are just tiny, well not tiny, but they're flakes of golden goodness here. And
sounds like a cereal you're describing over there.
But they will float float away everywhere. And I don't like to waste anything. But what you're going to do is just pat them onto here, and I don't also want to put too much out at one time, because as soon as there's a breath of air, they just go.
Don't breathe.
Don't breathe. Yeah, absolutely. So I'm just going to make sure that we're all sort of more or less covered. When I have them put out, you can see I haven't even took my lid off, because if I took my lid off, it would be floating around everywhere.
Reminds me of the Crystal Maze.
Yes, I used to love that.
Stop the fans, please.
Used to love that.
Yeah.
So I say used to, it's still on, but I haven't watched it for a long time. Yeah, it is still on. It's probably very different to when I used to watch it. And all you're going to do, Ben, is take your sponge, but I'm using the opposite side. So this is one of our ink applicators, which goes on the bottom. And I like to use the bottom. And what it does is it really does buff that into that tape. So just clearing that there. And then, I mean, look how little I've used. So, and then when we take this off, I am going to pop that back into the pot, but I'm just going to pop it to one side for now. And then get rid of all our excess. And then that gives us that beautiful border. And I'm just going to trim that off there. So trim off the edge. So just a nice little way of putting that extra border down and making that look really, I mean, look at that. It's so good. I love gilding flakes. They are just amazing. So there we go, putting that on our picture. Then we can then pop this onto here. So we're then creating another element of our scrapbooking. And then what we're going to do is just cut a couple of, where is my, this is what we want to do. So we're going to bring in this one. I love this. I think this is a great one, and it works really well with the stamps that we've got as well. Yeah. So let's bring these in and let me stamp out. So let's bring this one in, because there's some really lovely stamps that really lend themselves. So what I really liked was the one, I can't see them because it's offset here. This is the one. So it says, be your own kind of beautiful.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, and I thought that was a really nice sentiment. So we're going to use that one, and that fits perfectly well inside here. So the first thing we're going to do is give it a stamp out. So I'm just going to bring my stamping platform out. And do you know what's really lovely about scrapbooking is the fact that it can be as quick as you want it to be, or you can really take your time. Yeah. I mean, I remember when I was first scrapbooking, and I'm sure plenty of you, I mean, let us know, but plenty of you out there will know this. I've spent days on a scrapbook page where you just want to get it right, and you want to do all those elements, and so many different things you can do. You can create little secret pockets, create all your own flowers to decorate it with. Yeah. There is just so much that you can do on a scrapbook page.
But then that's something to build up to, though, isn't it? Because it's like the lady who was saying earlier on, I'm too scared to give it a go. You don't have to do that the first time you do a scrapbook page, you know. It can be as simple as like you showed us first of all, right? Just getting a nice bit of paper or vellum, arranging your photos on, and that's it.
And it's done.
Yeah, it can be that simple.
And that can look as lovely as having a finished one with lots of decorative elements. Yeah. So there we go, just popping that on there, and then what we're going to do, I moved that, and I'm going to actually stamp my sentiment in the middle. So just popping that down in the centre there. I thought this one would go just really well with Poppy looking in the mirror. Yeah.
It's almost like a family crest, that one, isn't it?
Yes, yeah, totally. And then we're going to stamp that one.
Do you know what? There's so many comments coming just whilst you're stamping. Karen just saying, never been afraid to scrapbook photos. You can always print out another copy of them.
Yes.
There's a bit of chat about that, actually. A lot of people saying that, Valerie just saying, our cell phones have ruined picture taking. Who wants to sit and look through a phone? Yeah, but that's why, you see, you need to print them off now and get them on your scrapbook pages, because I know what you mean. No one wants to sit there and scroll through a phone, but if you've got all these beautiful scrapbook pages, done in a little album, then absolutely people are going to love to have a look through, and you can kind of create exactly the look that you want. Aisha just saying, I'll be using these ideas for my bestie's scrapbook for her wedding. I have 2 months to get it together. I better get on it. And a lot of you apologising for missing the earlier show. Don't apologise, I wasn't on it. So
I'm sure you were in bed.
What time are you on air this
9
morning?
o'clock.
9.
Yeah, 9 o'clock, which is early for us because obviously we don't normally start till 12.
Yeah, so that would have been what? 4? Was that 4 o'clock on the East Coast then? 4 and 2, 4 and 1.
4 and 1, yes.
Wow.
Because someone emailed in and said, or messaged and said that it was 1 o'clock. Yes.
They're watching at 1 in the morning.
Yeah, watching at 1 in the morning. Yeah.
That is dedication for you.
It certainly
Love
is.
That.
Yeah.
Wow.
Right, so we've cut that out and we've got our picture here. So we're going to just stick this one into place. I'm just going to use my tacky glue. Now, if you're wondering about what glues to use when you're doing your photos, I'm pretty sure that on the web you will find photo glue, which will be absolutely perfect. But if you don't, tacky glue is the best glue you can use for your photos, or the tape pen.
Yeah.
And the reason being, so let's pop that just onto there because I want to show that little wording at the top. Yeah, the reason being you don't want to use your solvent glue, which is your all-purpose, on your photos. Tacky glue is water-based, so it means it won't take any of the element out of your picture. And then we've got this Be Your Own Kind of Beautiful, which we're going to put on when we put it all together. So that's our second element. So we've got our first element, which we've done this little pocket here, and I've found my ribbon and we're just going to tie that up.
Okay.
And then we've got our second element where we've done all these bits to create that page there. And I think you'll agree, Ben, I mean, how nice does that look on that tab page? Putting your little sentiment on there. It really is starting to all work together.
It really is. And again, what I would say is if you're scared of scrapbooking, firstly, you don't need to be, but secondly, this is one of those shows that you definitely need to keep and come back to, because all the steps are really, I'm going to use that word again, which I don't think is a word, followable. It's really, do you know what I mean? If you break it down, there's nothing that difficult. It's all been really simple to do, hasn't it? It's just a case of just following the steps that Debbie's shown you. You can achieve this as long as you've got all of the mediums that Debbie's got. As long as you've got this collection, you've got the ability to do exactly what Debbie is doing, and that's what we wanted to try and achieve during this show. Make it a masterclass, but with a little bit of a sort of a craft along element with it as well. So many of you saying how much you love scrapbooking. Cindy just saying I scrapbook an annual calendar of my son for his grandmother as a Christmas gift. It's so nice to see what he's accomplished the whole year. Yeah, I love that idea. Kind of like tracking the progress of the kids and the grandkids. And Jerry says, I started scrapbooking, then moved to cards. I love to scrap all of our family trips from Kentucky to North Carolina to Virginia to Niagara Falls. Wow.
Love that.
I have oodles of pics on my phone that need to be freed. Yes! Free those photos. Come on, everybody. Free your photos. Print them off and get them in a scrapbook. There's one question, and I don't know if we can mention names, but I'll ask you anyway, Debbie, because Carol has asked from Nottingham. Debbie, which printer do you have that printed your photos on? As I'm looking to buy a new printer and I'm not sure which one to go for. So what style of printer have you got?
So my printer is a Canon, and I swear by it. I've always gone with a Canon. The reason being is not actually for the ink, although it is brilliant, but I do it because it takes cardstock. I've had 3 Canon printers over the years, and each one will take cardstock as well. So you can print onto cardstock and you get really good photo prints as well.
Excellent stuff. So there you go. Debbie will be getting her commission from Canon a little bit later on.
But you know what? Our viewers out there will write their own views in the comments. So help her as well and say what printer is best for you. Because, we don't want to advertise any particular printer. It's just what works best for that person. So
excellent stuff. What a stunning collection, says Leslie. I was fortunate enough to make samples for this as part of the design team, and I cried when I had to post them off as I loved them all so much. Keep the comments coming in. We love all of these. It's super busy on the socials today, which is amazing. However, if you haven't yet got this collection, grab it now. It's fantastic, isn't it? And the fact that you get all of these elements included, from stamps to dies, to embossing folders, to all of the other little embellishments you've got in there, the wax seals, the ribbons, the jute in there too. You've got so much, even a 10-pack of metal charms. It's a collection that I really do think you'll come back to time and time again, and it really does hit the nail on the head as far as kind of scrapbooking is concerned too. Obviously there are elements in there that you will use up, but you can come back and get more of those. But as a collection that brings you, all the embossing folders, all of the stamps and dies and other bits and pieces in, I absolutely love it. And for £129 or $172 today, you can get the full collection. If you do want to go smaller, we have smaller bundles for you. Check the show page for all of those. Now, the other thing that you might be in the market for is a brand new Gemini Junior. Good news is that in the US, where this has been out of stock, it is now back in stock. It's $125.99 or $179.95. If you're a platinum member, that comes down to just over £100 or $143.96. Why is this machine so good? Why might you want it in your life? Well, here is a little video which will give you all of the features of the amazing Gemini Junior. Candy Swells on Facebook just saying, scrapbooking was my first paper craft. I started 20 years ago making albums for my nieces and nephews for graduation gifts. I also have several albums of my son. Scrapbooking has really evolved over the years. Christina says, hi there, Ben, from upstate South Carolina. You look very dapper today. I love seeing the tie and waistcoat look. Well, I'm glad you appreciate that. I try. Dapper is a it's not an American word, is it? I think dapper's just a normal word, isn't it, Georgina? I think dapper, just a normal word. Sandra says, my son gets married tomorrow, just him and his bride. Tried so many times. Today should have been their first anniversary. Well, Sandra, I hope they have a brilliant, brilliant day tomorrow. Christina just saying, I don't scrapbook, but I do keep an art journal and plan to do some mixed media pages with my collection. Peg saying, I spent 4 years and scrapbooked 180 pages of my great-great-grandfather's poems from the Civil War and about his life. That is amazing. And again, this is why we love to hear that you're scrapbooking and love to hear what you've been using this medium for. And Aisha has just said, OMG, I just realised 20 minutes later that the bacon in the oven wasn't cooking because I forgot to turn it on. Don't. It's a good job you didn't turn it on and then forget about it. Yes, don't turn your bacon on, Aisha. And just before I move on, Christina said, is Debbie going to use the wax seal again today? That was the best demo ever.
That's a no.
Oh, Oh dear.
I swore to myself that will never happen.
Let's just very quickly, before we move on to the next part of the demo, show you these ink pads that we were chatting about. So very handily, we've popped together an ink pad collection for you, which we think will work fantastically well with your collection. So if you want to go for this, the Vintage Diary collection, it works out that you're paying for 4 and you're getting the 5th one for free. Your opaque pigment ink pads in the following colours. You're going to get your straw bale in there. You've also got your smoke plume. You've got your spar blue, and then you've got the 2 browns in there as well. You've got your seal brown, and then on top of that, you have got the Friar Brown as well. That's the one that you're getting for free if you go for the collection. £19.96 or $27.80. Again, we just think it's super handy to put these sort of mini collections together because we know that all those colours work perfectly with the colour palette that you've got within that collection. And then also, stop the phones, please. The what was it there to collect? Collect the gold ones, wasn't it? And not the silver ones. We've got these aren't off Crystal Maze, these are your gilding flakes, of course. And you've seen actually how few of them you actually have to use to achieve a great effect. So Debbie used the gold gilding flakes just a few moments ago on that last photo, but we are giving you your gold. You're also going to get a pot of your silver, and also you're going to get the copper as well. £10, that's a great deal, isn't it? When you consider actually that you don't need to use a lot to get that effect. Just as we've said, make sure you're not using these near a window or in front of a fan, or make sure you're not a heavy breather whilst using these. Don't sneeze, whatever you do. Turn around if you're going to sneeze whilst using these. £10 or $14.99 if you want to add those into your crafty armoury. And then if it's storage you're after, we've got it for you. This is your large die and stamp storage folder, in company colours, of course. Really beautifully put together, nice and sturdy. Love the fact you've got that comfortable handle. Really, really lovely bit of kit is this. You've even got a little tag on there as well. So if you've got quite a few dies and stamps, which you know you all have, you can label these all up. But what I love about this, again, is if we open this up, you've got more space inside the actual folder itself with the little elasticated pockets in the front panel there, all fully zippable. Ring binder design in here, but what we're giving you in this collection is not just the folder. We're going to give you 2 packs of your magnetic panels as well. So that is actually 6 magnetic panels in total. So do you know what? The great thing is you can pop your stamps on the back of these too. So your dies and stamps all sorted. So it may well be that you decide to get one of these for a various collection, or maybe you're just thinking, I need to get myself sorted because I've got dies and stamps all over the place. Craft room's a mess. Or actually you're thinking to yourself, now I can get out and about and do bits and pieces and do some crafting with friends. I want a folder like this to be able to transport my stuff safely. Well, this is the answer for you, and as I've said, it works out that you're getting those 2 packs of magnetic panels for free when you go for the folder. It's £19.99 or $24.95. Just getting everything in order and getting everything sorted for you. Talking of storage, I had the pleasure of working with the lovely Tiffany this time last week, actually. And all this week we have been celebrating Tiffany's birthday. Well, it's 1 year of Totally Tiffany joining us here at Crafters Companion. And it's the last day of this, actually. This runs up until tomorrow. But basically, spend £30 or $30, get £5 or $5 off. Spend £50 or $50. Get £10 or $10 off. Spend £80 or $80 on Totally Tiffany goodies and get £20 or $20 off. That is across the Totally Tiffany deals. Check it out on our website. And as I say, that runs up until end of play tomorrow. Right, we are halfway through a show which I know you guys are absolutely loving. Keep the comments coming in. We love to see all of these. We love to hear what you're up to, and we love to hear about all of your scrapbooking projects as well. Feel free to send in pictures. I know a few have been sent in, which we'll look at a little bit later on, but it's Facebook and YouTube to comment, of course, and then you can get in touch on our email address, which is studio@crafterscompanion.co.uk. Right, we move move on over to the lovely Debbie, who's going to continue with her scrapbook page. So you're putting this together, obviously, for everyone's benefit here, so that they can get some inspiration. But you're also going to gift this as well, aren't you?
Absolutely. I'm a big believer in even things that we do on air. Use them, send them to people, because actually it's what people love to receive. There's nothing better than a handmade gift, which is amazing. So yeah, I'm going to actually give this to my daughter, probably for her birthday rather than her anniversary. If it was for her anniversary, then I'd be doing it more about them.
Yeah.
But actually, it would be quite nice to start doing some collective ones, so she can then start putting them together. So I might like do it every so often, so she has them, which is just something you can do. Now, going back to our collection, there's so many different things that we've got in this collection, including some fabulous die cuts. So we're going to be cutting some of these. So we've got our gorgeous quill, we've got the little ink pot, the ink well, and then we've got the lock and key here, which is just really in tune with this collection. Just really nice pieces. So you could either cut them. I've got a few different things to die cut here. Now we can either die cut them in any medium, whether you're going for your cream card, your vellums. So the vellums, what I am going to bring in as well, there is some brilliant tags in this collection.
Yeah.
So all these little tags, these are fabulous. If you do want to do scrapbooking and you haven't got this tag collection, these little buntings are brilliant because they're really good for adding little tabs behind your pages, so you can sort of create different looks with them. So I'm actually going to cut them out using the vellum, and all I've done is folded some sheets over, and I've got 4 sheets of vellum, so you can actually cut them in one go. Because it's only a thin medium, I'm just going to trim those off and put these through onto here. I've probably not cut that. Oh yes, I think we're okay. Yeah, we're okay.
Perfect, yeah.
I didn't think I'd cut it big enough. So we've got those ones. And then I think what we'll do is create our quill with our cream card. So I'm going to cut that one out. So it's just arranging, having different embellishments that you're going to decorate with. And then I think we're going to do our gold. Let's just cut these all out of gold. So we'll have our lock and key there. I'm not sure if lock and key is the best way to describe a wedding or marriage.
Just as long as it's not ball and chain.
Not a ball and chain.
No, but don't they do that now? They don't. The lock and key thing is like. I'm not, that trendy, but it's the trendy thing now, isn't it?
It is a trendy thing.
Don't you go and get a padlock? I'm making out that I know what I'm talking about here, and you go and take it to like a romantic location with your partner.
Yep.
And you
it's
padlock
having the key to your heart.
Oh.
Yeah, and then you padlock your thoughts in there. So you create your love for someone, and you padlock it up so your love can't come out.
Oh, so you go to somewhere like romantic, like Paris or somewhere, and go to a bridge over the Seine, and then you'd padlock. And what you do, you put your wishes in the padlock.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Or your love, or your declaration, and
Ah, well, that's quite cute.
It is quite cute. Yes.
Yeah. That's not something that was a thing back when I got married. It's obviously quite a new thing now. What happens though if you do that and then down the line, say for example, I hope it didn't, but you split up with a partner, do you then have to go back and retrieve it and take it off?
You're probably not too bothered, are you?
Well, no, probably not.
You probably wouldn't be able to find it, would you?
No, because there's loads of them, isn't there?
Yeah, there is.
Certain landmarks.
Loads of them.
Loads of people do that. Let me know if you've done that, by the way. I've never met anyone that has done that. Oh, Georgina's just saying that they have to remove them because they get too heavy.
Oh, so you do it, but then you take them away.
What do you mean they get too heavy? It's on a bridge, right? What? So it sinks the bridge because it's that heavy? Yeah, but that's got to be a lot of locks on a bridge. It can't be that. What? Seriously, that many? I can't believe that.
But after how long does someone not go and take them off, or you don't put them on and then take them off straight away, surely? Because the whole bridge is covered.
Yeah, but you would go, wouldn't you? So, if I was, listen to me, if I was romantic, right, what I do is no, I have been very romantic over the years before you start. No, I have.
We'll have to check in with Laura now.
You ask Laura, and I would tick all the boxes for being an old romantic.
Aww.
But if you were to do the padlock thing, you take it along and you padlock the bridge, and that's it. You wouldn't then go back and remove it in 10 years, would you? No. But Someone, John's in the studio going,
That's what I was thinking. Yes, someone else would probably remove it after a certain amount of time and to make way for new locks.
oh, okay.
It's just a quirky thing to do, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
How did we, Georgina's just now imagining a bridge sinking under the weight of padlocks. That's what I'm talking, you would have to be a lot of padlocks to make a bridge sink. I will look into it after the show because I think you're winding me up. Oh dear.
That's funny. I'm sure our lovely viewers will let us know
Yes.
what they think of these bridges or if they've even done them before. So I'm just cutting out a few more pieces here, Ben. So just creating all our little tags and our locks and all our elements here, our die cutting elements.
There's loads of chatter. I mean, Shaddai just saying, Lord Ben. I love the way you call me Lord Ben. I do love that. I do not understand for the life of me why people store pictures in their phone. I warned my sister for years, and then when the mishap happened, she lost all her photos that she was texting everyone. She forwards picked to us to send them to her. What a drama that was. Yeah, that's why you need to print them all off, isn't it? Or save them to the cloud. Deborah just saying, good morning all, just received my Gemini Junior. Wish I'd known about it before I purchased my electronic die cutting machine. What is a girl to do? And just on the subject of the padlock, so Karen says, my husband gave me a gold lock and key necklace, 1 anniversary. Well, that's very romantic. And Nee Connie says, Ben, you just have the padlock and wifey has the only key.
Ah.
I still don't really, so you have the
Yeah, you have the padlock, but she's not going to let you have the key to unlock it.
I understand. And is saying apparently the authorities have to remove the lock after a while because they are so many and they are heavy. Well, there you go, and that does tally up with what Georgina says.
Yep.
Not that I ever doubt producer Georgina. Well, sometimes. But there we go. Well, that's me told. That is me told.
I love that we find out all this information, though.
I do.
It is amazing.
Where's a romantic bridge, though? That's what I want to know now. Now I know about this.
Where is one?
Well, like where? I mean, you wouldn't take them to. I don't know. You need to find a romantic bridge, don't you? There must be a bridge that people go to. Oh, in Venice is good. John's in here, by the way, just doing a few bits in the studio. He's taking part in the show. I like this. I just said Venice. That was my one a couple of romantic things. I took Laura to Venice actually for our 10th wedding anniversary, and it was a surprise. It was a surprise, and I bought her.
That's lovely.
What do you call it? Eternity ring.
Oh, very nice. Oh, that's so lovely. You are an old romantic.
I know, I am.
Sorry, young romantic.
Young, very young romantic.
Right, so what I'm going to do next, Ben, is we're using these wood chip frames, which are amazing. I love these. And actually, I was just thinking, wouldn't it be nice if you sprayed it? I don't know whether it would work. I'm assuming it might. Well, we could try it. Should we try it?
We do?
Well, I was thinking that if you sprayed these with our glue, I'm not sure if we've got any. Oh, we do actually. Stick and stay glue. We could use our gilding flakes on them. But I've not tried it. So do we dare try something? But I always dare try. So let's try it.
Do it.
So all I'm going to do is we're going to spray these. So this is our stick and stay. If you don't have a spray glue, because I know in America a lot of you don't have that. What I would suggest is a tacky glue with your small nib and put that over the top. So and then that should work. So we need to just let that evaporate for a little bit. So and there we go. Oh, just taking those off. I think we need to let this evaporate. So once it starts to evaporate, it will start to get really tacky. And it's already quite tacky and sticking to me. I've probably done a really silly thing, Ben, because we'll get gilding flakes everywhere now. But do you know what? If it makes our little wood chip pieces good.
Then
in the pack, you do get 4 corners, but you also get, and I want to use them. I was going to use the full frame, but then we would be losing a lot of our picture. So if I bring that in to show you what I mean, we could just sort of fit our faces into there. But I actually quite like the full picture. So I then thought, well, let's use our corners just to decorate the end of it.
It's a really cute picture as well.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, it's a lovely picture. It's a nice thing when you've got a good photographer who really does want to just take natural pictures.
Yeah.
Not when there was loads. My daughter really wanted it. She didn't want those staged pictures where you were all standing together.
That's the one thing I not regret about my wedding, but yeah, ours, when I look back through our wedding photo album, it's all staged photos, and I just wish we'd have said, just go and, it's more candid photos, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? Like, more like, exactly like you've done. I wish you'd done more of those.
Yeah, that's exactly how she's done it, and it was so lovely. The amount of pictures we got with people just laughing and and chatting and like that, and she definitely had an idea of exactly what she wanted.
Did you ask her afterwards then to put them all in that sepia design, or was it just like a few of them, or did you print them off in that colour?
Oh no, they were colour.
Oh, they were?
They're colour photos, yeah. No, I printed them with that. When I knew that we was doing it with this collection, I just thought to myself, let's do a scrapbooking page, but we'll need to do it in that sepia. Right, so we've sort of covered those. Where's my little piece here? And then all we're going to do is rub that in. Once the stickiness is covered, you're then able to hold them. And hopefully, my worry is, because I've used the spray glue, we might not get that full effect. Oh, I'm just being a bit heavy-handed there. But I think it'll just make a nice embellishment anyway. Yeah. And what you could do is take your pokey tool, you can then go through them. I mean, we won't have that amount of time to do all that, but I think that's a really nice way of coating your...
Yeah, really clever.
Yeah, coating them in there, in that. Oh, nearly lost my pokey tool. So that's our first one there. And then actually, I think we could just do this with our fingers.
Just whilst you're doing that, there's a lot of chat on the socials about music dies. Rosalind saying we need some music dies, CC hint hint. And Karen saying, I think the next Sara Signature should have something to do with music. I don't think she's ever done one like that, has she? I can't think of one off the top of my head, actually.
No, the only one I can remember that had any music in it was the men's collection that she did. Right. And that had like a guitar in it.
Oh really? What, a die?
Yeah, a die.
Oh, cool.
A guitar, and I think there was like a footballer. Was it football? Can't remember now, Ben. Her collections have been going for so long that I lose sort of track. But yeah, there was a man's one, and that had a bit of music inspiration in there. Skateboarder, I believe. Oh,
okay. Well, Sara's in later, so we'll ask her, Karen and Rosalind. Talking about the padlocks, Carol just saying there is a chained tree in Staffordshire, Ben.
Oh.
How do you padlock something to... Oh, I suppose you put it on the branch, don't you? I guess. But you have to climb up there to put the padlock on.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, if you put it on the tree, then all the branches would then surely droop, wouldn't it? And then the tree would tip over. Nida saying it's romantic just as long as you're gazing intently into your partner's eyes, be it standing on a plank crossing a puddle of mud or by the Golden Gate Bridge.
That's funny.
And Mandy Little Hand saying it's my 10th wedding anniversary this month. Happy anniversary. I would love to go to do the lock and key thing, but hubby is a landscape gardener and isn't free to do anything until the end of December and January, and then it's too cold.
I'm not surprised. We've been trying to find someone to pave our garden, and it's like finding gold at the moment.
Really? Oh, I suppose,
well, they're so busy. Everybody, I think because of lockdown and people are saving their money, so they're just doing their homes up, they're doing their gardens. Yeah. So we've switched tactics, and now we've got someone around to give us a quote for a loft conversion. Just
what, in the garden?
No, just so I can have a craft room.
I love that. Yeah, I can't do the garden. I'll have a craft room.
Let's see if we can fit another room in. Yeah. Right, so there's our beautifully gilded gold there. Let's pop that out the way. I'm just going to clean my fingers up because I've got sort of glue and glitter gilding wax everywhere. There we go. And then wipe my hands. And then what we're going to do is pop that onto our picture. So we've got those, we can then start, and in fact I don't think I'm going to put them on until the end, because then we can actually start to put them in place. But look how that frames our pictures and just looks so totally different using those gilding wax. Yeah, I love that too. And then we've got all our little embellishments.
Yeah.
So we've got one more to do with our picture. We're going to do some die cutting into the picture again, and then we'll start putting all of our scrapbook together.
Absolutely stunning. And I tell you what, there's so much love for the gilding flake technique that you've just shown us as well. Who knew? Gilding flakes, so super handy and so versatile as well. I feel like I've learned a lot about gilding flakes during this show, and that is what we are here for. Lots of people saying as well, thank you for mentioning about the music set. It might not happen, but we'll certainly mention it to Sara. And Cindy just saying, I'm blessed to have over 70 first cousins and live close to most of them. Some of us are just starting to get together again.
70?
70 first cousins.
Whoa, 70.
I've got
wow.
2. We learned to be frugal, says Cindy. Now I am able to afford extras to share. I blame Debbie's beautiful pages for my second order of this set. Well, congratulations, Cindy. That is amazing. Just a couple of quick questions. Yes, 70. It's a lot, isn't it? 70. They can't believe it in the gallery. Cindy, they go, 70? 70? Couple of quick questions just before I show you through the set again. So Deborah Lafair says, hi Ben and Debbie, we have Artisan and E6000 spray adhesive in the US. Would these be comparable to spray and stick? Have you heard of those?
Artisan
and E6000.
Oh yes, the spray glues. There's spray glues.
Exactly the same sort of thing.
Exactly the same sort of thing. Yes, so they'd be perfect. Yes.
Perfect. And one other question here from Kelly, who says, could you use the brush tool to get the extra gilding flakes off of the corner pieces?
Oh, that's a good idea. I'm wondering if it might be a bit too rough, but
right, yeah.
I actually think maybe if you was to. Yeah, that's working.
There you go,
yeah,
Kelly. Look
at
that.
that. It is getting all those pieces out.
Fantastic.
Oh, you are a genius. Look, that's just, yeah.
This is great. Isn't this great when we can... Debbie's going to do them all.
That's amazing. Honestly, you're a genius.
I love that. When we give you the hints and tips and then you come back and give us some ideas as well. Marvellous. Well, we'll let Debbie continue with her tool. And whilst she's doing that, let me just remind you on everything that you can get from this show. We are focusing on the Vintage Diary collection, a collection I know that lots of you already have because the pictures have been coming in left, right and centre. The comments have been coming in left, right and centre as well. But if you haven't got this collection yet today, then this is a great day to go for it because it's 180 elements in total is this collection. Plus you get your vellum and your luxury pearl pad, 12 by 12 of these. But what we've been doing over the course of the show, for those of you who've been buying into the collection today, and also for those of you who've already got it, been kind of taking the masterclass and giving it a bit of a craft along theme by putting together this scrapbook page project, which everybody is really enjoying. If you've already missed the start of the show, then make sure you go onto YouTube after the show. So just bookmark it so you can watch it back at a later date. Because again, if you want to get into scrapbooking, and the whole thing about this is if you have only got bits and pieces of this collection, or maybe you want to use another collection, it just gives you the basic idea of some of the things that you can use. You can obviously substitute in papers and vellums, from collections that you've got, but it's been a really handy show just to give you lots of ideas. The collection, however, is phenomenal. All right, so let me just run this through for you to show you everything that you'll get in the main bumper bundle. Your tags and banners die, which we've just been chatting about a few moments ago. So super handy, and again, the kind of collection that you will use out of this collection too. Then you've got on top of that your edges dies. So again, giving you that torn edge look, and also giving you that look that you've just torn that bit of paper out of a paper pad. These are out of order, sadly, but it matters not because you're getting all of this. You're also then going to get your exquisite embellishments. So again, these gorgeous stamps. You've got your little pile of books there, your letters, your postmarks, some gorgeous script included in there as well. This one here is the stamp and die set you just saw Debbie use a few moments ago. So your antique frame stamp and die. And the great thing about about that is the embellishments I'm just going to show you in a few moments. Some of those will fit into the frame too. On top of that, there's loads of embellishments within this collection. 30 meters of traditional jute twine. You're also going to get 2 lots of ribbon, 3 meters on each on your cotton ribbon. So you've got your butterflies and your script. Then on top of that, you're going to get your adorning sentiment stamp. So as I said, some of these will fit into that antique frame that I just showed you a few moments ago. But you've got Dear Diary in there. Those are the little sentiments which will fit into the little frame that comes with your antique frame set. It's like a little tiny banner, and those will pop into there as well. Some really lovely sentiments included on that set. You've then got your wax seal kit. Of course, you get the tool and the 2 different colors of wax included, one with that gorgeous cross, one with the crown. Then we've just been chatting about this, your Key to My Heart die. How stunning is that? So much detail and something very, very different indeed. That is included. You're also going to get metal charms. So there's 5 here. You're going to get those twice over. The lock and key, that gorgeous butterfly, the little rose, the bicycle and the bird cage. Here are the wooden frame and corner that we've just seen in action. Those are also included within the bundle. On top of that, there's so much. You've got your Perfectly Parisian stamp set. So again, you've seen elements of this already throughout the show. The key, the feather, the stamps, the bird cage, the Grande Maison included in there too. Then there's even more because you've got your gorgeous feathered quill die. That's included. The pocket watch. Loads of you have been chatting about this on the socials as well. Really gorgeous. Again, if you're looking for more masculine ideas, a lot of you saying that the pocket watch has kind of helped you with that. And then you've got 2 gorgeous embossing folders. You've got your Dear Diary and then also your A Moment in Time. But that's not all, because if you go for the bundle, you're also going to receive your paper pad, your luxury mix card pad. There's 3 different colours, 8 of each included in there. Again, what I love about this, the colour tones matching, I think, beautifully with the vellum that you're going to get. The vellum in here matching beautifully also with the ink pads that we popped together that you can get individually as well, but the vellum is what we've been focusing a lot on during this show. 12 sheets of vellum. It is absolutely gorgeous. And again, all the themes that we've shown you in the stamps and the dies and the embellishments and the embossing folders run through the designs that you're going to get on your vellum. It's stunning. £129 or $172. You're already saving over £32, over $43. And if you're a platinum member, you can bring that down to £103.20 or $137.60, which means free shipping for you as well, which is phenomenal. Now, if you have already got this collection and you've ran out of your vellum or your pearl pad, or indeed you're thinking to yourself, actually, I'd like a little bit more because I know I'm going to be getting through this, then you'll be wanting to add in your luxury pearl pad and also your vellum. Here come the details for that. Again, £23.98 or $39.92 is the deal here. Again, 36 sheets in total. Just nice to add more in there because you don't want to be halfway through a project and find that you're running out. Now, Debbie's choice of glue coming up for you next. We've got loads of adhesives on the show for you and adhesive bundles as well. Best to check the page, but $4.99 or $6.49 if you want to go for a bottle of your tacky glue. Back in stock are the fine tip glue applicators. These seem to come back in stock and go out of stock just as quickly, so if you have been waiting for them, grab them swiftly. £2.49 or $4.95 for that collection. We've also got another collection which you'll find on the show that if you want to go for a bigger bundle of adhesives with the all-purpose in, you can get those fine tip glue applicators for free. You will find it on the show page at our website, crafterscompanion.com.co.uk or .eu. Right, loads of lovely comments still coming through. We'll read more of those in just a second, but let's get back to the demo over to the other side of the studio because I've just looked at the time. We've only got 35 minutes left. Flying by.
I know, and I'm actually just thinking, right, we need to get on with this one because we've got our final photo to do something with, and then we've got our end of our show where we're going to be putting everything together and creating a fabulous scrapbooking page. So this is definitely what I would suggest, is getting your bits together, creating things around that photograph, and then you can put it on. It doesn't matter if you're not going to use anything. It's just nice to then have it all and get that composition of how you want to lay out your scrapbook page. A lot of people have, Ben, a scrapbook layout. So they have an image of what they want to do and sometimes sketch it out. So you might think you want a photo in this corner, photo in this corner, and it's making a happy balance of where your photographs go to where your embellishment goes. But it is super easy because you're in control. You do what you want to do. So we're going to be using an embossing folder next. And again, I'm going to be taking my ink pad and I'm going to rub it just loosely onto the top of it. So you can see it's just picking up where just that excess on there. But then what I want to do is I want to wipe some of that away because I don't want it too heavy with ink. I just want that imprint because this really is going to go behind. And then we're going to put our piece of card. Now this card is from the paper pad and we're going to run this through. So just because it's just a, it's a 3D folder, so we need our plastic shim, our magnetic mat, our folder, and then our top cutting plate, and then we run that through. So nice and easy, and really nice doing that letterpress technique, because actually that was something they used to do years ago, was a letterpress technique, and it looks really cool. So popping my boards to the side, open that up. Look how fabulous that now looks. I mean, it really is beautiful. So that's given us something else to add out of interest.
It's amazing the different layers of 3D-ness achieved with that one folder.
Yeah, it really is just beautiful. So we've got that one. I'm going to pop that just up there for a second and bring in our photo because I want to go back to those edge dies because these are a great one to use. So I'm just going to use these down each side just to give us that really cool torn edge effect.
Yeah.
So let's use this one onto the end there. So it doesn't matter where it goes, I don't need to position it in any particular way. All I want it to do is cut down that side piece. It doesn't matter if it's straight because actually I want it to have that torn, distressed edge. So putting that in. And then we can do that on the opposite side. So you can see that's taken that piece away. And actually let's cut this slightly different. I'm going to cut this almost like around myself there.
Yeah. I was just thinking back, because I know you're going to give this to your daughter. Was it your granddaughter you made your last project for, the jigsaw?
Yes.
Have you given it to her yet?
No, I've got a bit of a sad story there.
Oh no.
Yes, that weekend that we were supposed to be seeing them, they had a sickness bug. All of them, it run through the family.
No.
And by that day, Ava then was sick. And so, so I couldn't go round. Well, I could have done, but because I was working.
Yeah, it wasn't worth the risk.
It wasn't worth the risk. I can't afford to be ill, really.
Yeah.
So, so we kept them. So it was just on FaceTime. So I haven't actually, they don't even know I've made it yet.
Oh, so you'll have many things to give to the family.
Yeah, exactly. So you can see we've done our photo there. And actually, I'm feeling like that needs a bit of an edge. So what I am going to do is just bring in some gilding wax this time. And just go round our edges on there. Now you could sort of mat and layer them, but just for sort of quickness really and to get this demo done, let's just go around with that gorgeous gold gilding wax, which is just going to age it even more, which is fabulous. It's nice just to use different things just to create. And you've got yourselves out there. You've got so many different embellishments that you can use. But this is a great collection for wanting to do so. I mean, look at that. It just looks amazing. Like, so amazing.
It really does. She's going to love this.
So there we go, Ben. So we've got all our elements in place. We've got our background, which works really well showing that off there. But I don't want to stick that to it yet, just because I want to make sure we're getting our composition right when we do our scrapbooking page. We're now set with all our elements that we've done. So we'll recap on all the pieces that we've got. We've then got our wraparound. So we're just going to tie this in a bow when we've positioned it. But it's just another element that pulls out to show that beautiful photo there. And then we've got our elements. What I've also done, I did do another one of these, a moment in time with you and be your own kind of beautiful. So we got 2, because I did think once we've put our bits onto here, so once we put these on, we've then got that moment in time with you. So all these different elements, and then that tabbed page that we did where we created that border going down. I mean, I love that one. I just think,
it's really clever.
It really does just frame that picture, being able to give something different, and it gives all these different points to look at. So once we've put all these together and they have all this on our scrapbooking page, and never fear putting too much down, because actually scrapbooks you can really go to town on, because the page is what is telling the story, and that's what it's all about. So we're going to put this together in a little while, Ben.
I love it. Just a question for me. So obviously you're prepared, you know, when you're doing the shows here with us on Crafters TV. But if when you're scrapbooking at home, do you tend to think about what you're going to do before you do it, or do you just sort of lay it all out and just scrapbook as you go, if you know what I mean?
Yeah, so the main thing is photos. I think you need to know what photos you want to scrapbook. That's your first point of call, and it's then when you print them out, or you get them printed out, you have your colour sort of ways in that. So if you're doing it for, say, a male birthday, like your dad's birthday, he might have a check shirt on or something like that, and then you're governed by that. You're then thinking, right, that's got a check in it, it's got some red in it, it's got a little bit of blue or match, and then you sort of design that around there. And then it's good to think about where you was when the picture was taken. So I always think, so my daughter's wedding was quite vintage, so this collection, as soon as I knew that I was doing a scrapbooking page with this, straight away I thought it's got to be my daughter's wedding, because it was a very vintage wedding. And so I think, when you're doing that, it started with your photos, then getting your colourways, and then building it onto a collection that will go with that. So simple steps, but it's just realising that it's super easy.
Loads of love for this show. Thank you for all the comments coming in. Yolanda saying this looks beautiful. Debbie, beautiful photos, says Stephanie, who says she's late to the party. Joanne just saying that torn edge on the photo is another great idea. Debbie is really full of great ideas today, even more than she usually is. And Rhonda just saying this is adorable, absolutely love it. Gloria Nolly on Facebook just saying this collection, I have this collection and I love it. I'm so glad that Debbie's doing a demo on it. It gives me even more ideas. Thank you so much. And Aisha Dennison on Facebook just saying we all learn from each other. That's why I absolutely love this group of crafters. Right, we've got about half an hour or so to go, and we're going to pop it all together now, I think.
Yeah, we are. Yeah, absolutely. So we're going to start off with our bigger elements. So our biggest one is our page that we've done in the background, and actually I'm feeling like that's too square. It needs to be distressed a little bit more, and I'm hoping, I don't think I've got it, so I'm just going to use my scissors, but we do a distress tool, and I was hoping I would have it. Yeah, the edge crimper.
I've got one over here.
Have you?
It's in a packet though.
Oh, it's in a packet.
Do you want it?
No, let's not open it. No, let's not open it, because I do have one, Ben. I'm just not sure what I've done with it. So it's... Oh, I found it.
You got it. Woohoo!
Yeah, look at that.
Yeah, we've got that in a bundle, which you'll find on our show page.
Oh, I didn't even realise that. So this is brilliant. It's a game changer when you want to distress your edges. It's a super little gadget, but what it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 little sharp edges in there. And what they do, it files down. So you can just pick any one and you just go into it and you rub it along your edges, and what that does is it literally distresses them. So it's a great little tool, and you just go along, and it's got that amount of edges, so it will last you a long time if they start to blunt. And you just go round distressing, and I think that's definitely what it needed. It needed, because we have this distress look and pages. I love how this has come out with the so anyone that's thinking of doing this same technique, I've used the cream paper from the paper pad, the cream paper from the luxury pearl pad, and then we've actually used the seal brown to do a letterpress technique. So, and what you do is apply to the folder. You can see, just in case anyone wants a recap, you'll see the demo. You apply it to the folder, and then you take it off with just a piece of kitchen towel. So just continuing round, popping this down. And what's nice is the card that we've used has got a really strong structure about it.
Yeah.
So sometimes when something's embossed, when you use a gadget like this, it starts to tear into the card, which is not always a bad thing because it does sometimes reflect what you're doing and look really nice. So it keeps in with the style. So, but sometimes it just rips a little bit too much. But this one is a really good weight of cardstock.
Beth is saying, going to be doing a lot of crafting this week. Have a Father's Day card for father-in-law to make and some birthday cards. Too hot outside to work in the garden. Beth is saying, I adore this collection. It is warm at the minute, right, isn't it? It's nice. And Carol is saying, just thinking, Debbie, you could cover those wooden corner frames with textured paste and then use some rusting or antique paste to age them. Oh, loving all
Great
these ideas.
idea, yeah,
Loving
they're
all.
great ones. So in that you get one corner with each one of these.
Yes.
So if you did want more corners, what I would say is use your craft knife really carefully,
Just cut
put
through.
it onto and just trim them between. And that way you'll get your corners if you don't want to use that as a frame. But as it happens, I just used all 4 corners that come with each one of the frames. So you get 4 corners, but you also get 4 of these. So actually it's another 4 times the corners if you want to use it that way. So we've got these bits here. I'm just making sure we've got everything together. So to start with, we're going to have our this is going to be our main sort of scene at the top here. And then I want to bring in this envelope. So I'm just going to tie this, and all I'm going to do is put that into a little bow. So just holding it down and creating that bow. So pull that through, there we go. And that just creates our top bit, because it's always nice to have something that's hidden on there that people want to pull or they want to look at or they want to see what it is. So having this is really nice. So I've just glued it onto the back and then we're going to have this at the side. But make sure this is the one, because it's going to open. I need that to be on the top, not underneath. So I'm just going to really play with these to see where we want to put them. So I think we can sort of come in and put another one. In fact, I'm going to keep that one straight and show that. And then we've got our last one here. So it's a case of just moving them and getting that right position in for them. And remember, you can fill in gaps with them. So let's pop that there. When you've got gaps like this, you can either fill them, but it's making sure that it looks almost even when you're putting them onto your page. So that's why we have all these different elements. So then we can start adding these to our picture as you go around. So to start off with, we're going to be putting, I think I'm going to put this the opposite side, because let me just pop that there. I think it actually goes better with this envelope at the bottom there. And then I think we're going to just balance this out a little by putting this one down the bottom and this one at the top. So just to space it out, but the choice is yours, and that's the great thing, that you can just give it a good play around, do different things and put it on. So yeah, and like our George producer just said, until it actually feels right. So I'm going to pop that there, because then our picture is almost looking straight, but we've got that at a jaunty angle. Then we're going to pop this one on, because I'm going to do this behind, but we're going to, and actually we don't really need all of these. So we can just put on just 3 at the side, because the other one is almost like hidden behind. So you can see straight away we're really starting to get some interest in there. So we can stick that one down. So I'm just using my tape pen. I would either use your tape pen or your tacky glue for these, or a photo glue if you have one. And pop in that one into place.
Did you do a demo earlier on Craft House?
Yes.
Because we'll have to do the demo of the show and then the demo of the day,
I'll tell what we did have to do. We had to pick it ourselves. It was play your crafts right. We had to pick it ourselves. Because we run out of time, Ben. I know. I don't know where the show went.
Is it these two?
Yes.
I was just thinking, I'm getting myself ready, because it's getting to that point of the show, 20 minutes to go, where we're going to have to get you voting, of course, because we'll have to do the demo of the show and then the demo of the day, won't we?
Yes.
Because
there's always so much to fit in.
I know.
Ben?
I know. And it will be, obviously, this will be the demo of the show, because this is the only demo, isn't it, that we've done?
Oh yeah, it is the only demo, yeah.
And don't mean like that. It's the only demo she's done. Oh,
that's all I've done. That's all I've done for my work today.
Be one of those again, though, like we had last time, you see, is that, you probably want people to vote for this one as the demo of the day, but on the flip side, you don't want them to vote, because then you won't be able to take it home with you. But then again, you're hitting Monday, aren't you?
Yeah, I don't need it straight away. That was the difference. And as it happens, I didn't need it before, so I've still got to take it round. But yeah, you can vote. Vote
for whichever one you want to vote for, then. Yes, don't let us influence you at all.
I can have this at any time. So I'm going to start with the first one that I did. So you could see I started to put my tacky glue on and then left it, because what that does, that allows it to evaporate. I'll just, it allows it to evaporate. And let's just pop that onto there. Yeah, it allows it to evaporate, and it means it makes it more tacky to then stick down. And because it's wood, I just want to make sure that they do stick down properly on there. I do love this effect though. I'm really impressed with the gilding flakes.
Yeah, really cool.
Yeah, they're so nice.
Lots to chat about that, actually, for giving that a go.
Yeah, beautiful.
Lots of love about this page as well. So many of you chatting about how great this demo has been. Lots of chat about just scrapbooking in general as well. Makes me want to give it another go. I did a scrapbook craft along with Jan a while back with the
Knitwit Positivity. Yes, I watched it.
Yeah,
yes,
it's so much
really
fun.
Good.
It's just the kind of craft, again, that appeals to me, because as we've already discussed, like you can make it as simple as you want it to be. And again, there's no sort of right or wrong with it. And like you're doing here, you're obviously piecing this together in a way that's kind of like pleasing for your eye. But if someone else were to do it, they might do it slightly different or place
totally.
Things.
Yeah, totally.
It's however you want to do it, however you fancy doing it. I've got half of one when I get home to get the wedding album out and tip some of the pictures out and make a little scrapbook.
You could do that, yes. When's your anniversary, Ben?
That's a great question. No, I know. I know. It is the 2nd of September. 2nd of September.
Oh, well, you've got time to do it and to create one for your wedding anniversary.
And I've got July, August. I've got 3 months, haven't I, pretty much? 3 months, pretty much, to do that. My wedding anniversary is the same day as my Crafters TV anniversary, because last year I treated my wife on a wedding anniversary by coming here to do my first day.
How kind that was of you.
I know. You're so double the reason to remember the day. Absolutely. Absolutely. And it will be 15 years this year. I don't look old enough, do I? 15 years married. Wow. And all of them very happy.
Which is good news. Good news.
I just remember our wedding day, because you were chatting about your daughter's wedding being such a lovely day. Ours, on the 7 days, our wedding was obviously on a Saturday, and the Monday to Friday, it was wall-to-wall sunshine, absolutely glorious. The Sunday after our wedding, absolutely glorious, scorchio. Our wedding day, horrendous. And we had a marquee on my father-in-law's in his field. We had a marquee, and one of my abiding memories is halfway through the speeches, which you couldn't really hear because the wind was blowing so loudly and the rain was pelting down, my father-in-law and brother-in-law got up with mallets, and they were there smacking the poles back in to make sure that the marquee didn't blow away. I'll always remember that. And having said that, half of the photos we've got as well, me and my wife just looking like totally windswept, hair all over the place, but we had a good day. I do remember it very well. But there we are. It was a lovely day. Just didn't have the weather for it.
But the thing is, it is all those things that you remember that make it funny, make it so endearing.
Yeah.
I remember our friend's wedding. They ended up, I remember waking in the morning, they had little cabins, like little log cabins in a big field, so we hired the log cabin, and I remember waking in the morning thinking, I could hear someone snoring, and I thought, it's not my family, and I didn't know who it was. It ended up the bride and groom got locked out of their cabin, and they ended up bunking in with us. So we woke up to the bride and groom in the morning.
Seriously?
Yeah, true story, yeah.
That is hilarious.
It was brilliant.
There's so many funny things going on at weddings, aren't there?
Oh yeah, tell us your wedding stories, yeah.
Yeah,
Actually, it's a really nice point, maybe on another show, because I know we're running out of time, but it would be lovely to hear about people that have made their own wedding stationery.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
Yeah, because, you know, crafting's a massive part of a lot of people's lives now with weddings.
I've told you about the reason I remember my sister-in-law's wedding day, don't I? When my wife was on the dance floor. Have I told you that one?
No.
Oh, it was. My wife's got two sisters and a twin brother, and it was. I think it was her second sister's wedding, and it was in the evening, and I'd gone to the bar, and there was a sort of a group of guys on the dance floor, all sort of like made a circle, and I stood at the bar. I said, "What are they doing over there?" And all of a sudden, I just heard them going, "Laura, Laura, Laura," and that's my wife. Obviously, I was like, "What is she up to?" And my wife has a bit of a penchant for when she's had one too many proseccos of derobing, and so I was thinking, "Oh no, here we go." I walked past my father-in-law. He's like, "She's off," and I went over there, and she was in the middle of the dance floor. I think it was like hot chocolate, you sexy thing or something. Yeah, she was beginning to take her clothes off. So I had to step in the middle.
No.
I had to step in the middle of this group of lads. And like, come on, time to come off now. Time to come off now. But she's hilarious for that. She is hilarious for that. Bless her.
So now we know to watch Laura when she's at the at any of the work parties.
Yeah, absolutely you do. Always the talk of the party, Mrs. M. You wait till you'll love her when you get to meet her.
I know, exactly. So let's use this feather. I'm just trying to make sort of work where we can put some extra bits, and I don't want to overdo it because I'm really liking what we've got here. I'm going to put that key there. So let's pop that on. Where's my dotty tape pen? Did I even get one out? So popping this one down and then putting that on. But it's really, that gold's really tying in with everything there. It looks amazing. Honestly, I could probably spend the last 15 minutes reading out the comments about how amazing people think your page is. Oh, thank you so much. And then I really want to get this lock and key in, but I don't want to overdo it either. Should we just pop it underneath there? Yes, let's do that. Good question from Michelle, who says, so now you've made a big page like that for scrapbooking, where do you put it? So do you frame that now, or do you then put it in a big album, or do you have it as a standalone? I think I'm going to put this in a frame, but I think it's a really nice idea to actually buy an album to go with it. And then I think, because my daughter's quite creative, and there we go, I'm going to finish there because I think that's looking beautiful. It's exactly how I wanted it to look. It's got lots of embellishments on there, lots of stamping, but all those photos are the main the main focal point. And then when we open that up, you've got that extra value of coming down to get that extra photo, which just looks amazing. But yeah, so I would say definitely if you're doing it as a gift, do it for with an album so you can put it in, or photo frame it. Yeah, absolutely. Page is beautiful, says Beth. I still have to do an album of my children's wedding. Susie says, Debbie, fish, lol. That page is absolutely gorgeous. Pamela saying, your daughter is going to love this page, Debbie. Yes, she will. Thank you so much. Right, we're going to get the vote going on, so we don't need to vote for the demo of the show because that is obviously the demo, but let's do them in order. So which was your first one of these? Which did you do first? Yes, yes. Which one? That one? No, the sentiment one. So this was from Craft House with the interchangeable sentiments. So that is number one, if you want to vote for that, number one. Then this one is number two. So this is the, what collection is that? Play Your Craft site. That's the cut and emboss folded it with blooms. Yes, that's the Grace and Blooms. So the one that you guys voted for, number two. So that's number two. And then number I mean, these are all great, but come on. Number three is the scrapbook page. Yeah. There we go. I'm so pleased with that. It looks beautiful. It is absolutely amazing. Don't let us influence the vote in any way, but 1, 2 or 3, get voting. I reckon you've got about
7 minutes to get your vote in for the demo of the day on Facebook, on YouTube. Quick as you can, go. Right, some pictures to show as well. Let's have a look at these. Thank you for sending all of these in. Karen, absolutely love this. So again, using elements of this collection. Is that like a little Z fold you've made there? It is, isn't it? Absolutely love that. With the key there and the little ink pot and quill. Amazing, Karen. Love that so much. Stephen again has made this beautiful card, again using all sorts of different elements from this collection. Perfect wax seal on there as well, which is amazing. Love that. Again, use of the tags and the dies. Just stunning. I'm just getting word of the vote coming in as well in my ear. And there's one number that producer Georgina keeps seeing coming up. Oh, Stephen, that's the outside of the card. They're laughing at me. Look at it. I have to get close up to the screen so I can see all of the different bits and pieces, see all the detail. So that's the outside of Stephen's card that we just saw a few moments ago. Fantastic, Stephen. Love that. Hello, Mary. Look at this scrapbook page. I love that. What does that say on there? Birthday. Can't read it. Someone's birthday. From March the 20th this year. Absolutely gorgeous. Again, using lots of different elements to create that scrapbook page. I love this, and again, hopefully we've inspired people over the course of the last couple of hours to get into scrapbooking to create these memories. That is Mary's daughter's birthday, caught beautifully on that lovely scrapbook page. And this is Donna DeCaro's. Again, using elements from a few different collections, I think, now, isn't it? It's the... Is that the...
Yeah, no, I think it is Vintage Diary, and I think it's probably cut out from the papers. So the teacups on there is from the embossing folder, and the stamp.
Yes.
We do a stamp, yeah, which is amazing. That's beautiful. I love the pop of red on that. Looks really pretty.
There's been so many pictures. Look at all these. Lorraine. Again,
oh, wow.
This is phenomenal.
Now, you know what? I know we haven't got the paper and pad, but we have got the vellum, and the vellum has the same sort of prints as those people that are on there. So really utilise those in your makes. That looks amazing.
Second Z fold coming up from Peggy. Oh, I like the use of the little antique frame on the actual
that's
fold.
a beautiful frame, that one. It really does highlight how good that works. And the lock and key we see again.
You make my world that much brighter. Thank you. And then finally, Kathy said this is using the album spine, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
To create a booklet of memories.
That's beautiful, yeah. I do love those memory books. They're just amazing and so simple to do, but look so effective.
And as we open it up...
Look at that. So beautiful. Twist and pop. Really love that one.
And pop. Hey, thank you so much for sending all those in. Kathy, absolutely amazing. And for all of you who sent in your projects, lovely. Thank you so much, as I say, because it's always great to see what you guys have been up to and to share those as well. We could literally announce the winner of the demo of the day now, if you wanted to, because I've already had the winner through, and it was number 1. No, it wasn't. It was number 3.
I was really shocked.
Should have seen Debbie's face with that.
It must be this one.
Are you pleased?
Oh, thank you. I'm really pleased because I'm so chuffed with that. Yeah, I'm pleased to bits with that. And I think it really does show, Ben, that not only can we do different crafts other than card making and box making, to be able to do something really special that you can give to someone or that you just can keep. There's nothing better. Can you imagine a whole album of scrapbooking pages that you can just leave out and anyone that comes to visit can just look through it time and time again? It's a really timeless thing that you can do. It's amazing.
Lovely. Well, that will go up onto the shelf, and of course tomorrow you'll get to vote for your demo of the week. Let's tell you what's coming up though. Lots still to come here on Crafters TV tomorrow. Becky is back. New fabrics, I believe, coming up on the softer side of life. 12 o'clock UK time, 7 o'clock Eastern, and Bernie, of course, will be in the house with the softer side of life. And then Debbie will be back again tomorrow for a craft class Craft class. Oh, sounded very northern then, didn't I? Craft class. Talking about the creator cards, 3 o'clock here in the UK, 10 o'clock Eastern. Lots to look forward to. And of course, this evening with us, we've got our 8 to 10 preview show as well. Looking forward to that. We're going to squeeze in one last demo. This will have to be a cricket. Are you all right over there, Debbie?
Do you know what's wrong? I've got to tell you because it's really funny. John is in here tidying up after me. I do normally do my own tidying up, and he's tidying it away, and I was like, I've got a still demo. And he's like, I thought you'd finished.
Bit eager, any time?
He was very eager, wasn't he? You know what it is? They're getting ready for the big preview on HSN tonight, so they're trying to tidy up quickly.
Yeah.
But we haven't finished. We're not being kicked out. We're standing still, and we're not going anywhere.
We shall not be moved. I thought we was clearing up early because they're all having pizza again. I'm on a diet, so I'm not partaking this time. I'm on a diet. Can you believe it? And they're all getting pizza.
Saturday.
Can you believe that? I came in, I said, I'm on a diet, I need to lose a few pounds, and they're like, oh, we're having pizza. They've done it just to spite me. Anyway, what are you doing over there, Debbie?
Right, I've just embossed and I'm just going to ink my embossing, but just to save on time, I'm going to bring this one in. So I've already just inked over the edges there to highlight all that embossing. So it's a different one to what we used before. I just thought because we still had a bit more time, it would be really good to put a quick demo together. Now, I know we haven't got a lot of time and you've seen me do lots of it. So I've got all of it prepared, ready to stick together so you can see exactly how they work. So mat and layer your papers, your vellums on top of your beautiful, I mean this cardstock we've not even really spoke about too much, but I have to say it is beautiful. It's 12 by 12. You are getting those beautiful colours. You're also getting the most amazing lilac one in there as well, which is incredible. You're going to be able to use them throughout so many different elements of your crafting. So I've just then cut up this edge bit here, which is our page edges there.
Yeah.
And then we're going to pop that bit, and I've just cut a piece of this, and it actually shows just how well you can use your embossing folders, but you don't have to use so much of them. So we're just going to stick those together. So pop in those all into place. And then what you also get, Ben, you get in this collection the most amazing stamp set. Now the stamp set is going to be able to stamp you these beautiful designs. These are photopolymer stamps, so you are going to get a really good impression every single time, which are amazing. Use your pens to colour them in. If you love Harry Potter, you'll love all these elements because it really does, you know, do them in the colours of the like Gryffindor,
different houses.
And different houses, because it really is something that makes them look stunning. Then we're going to pop our card all together. So moving that to the side, we're just going to pop that up there.
You need to finish watching those movies. I think we only got to about number 4 or 5.
No.
But they get a bit dark, don't they?
Do you know what? I've watched them, I don't know how many times, like so many times.
How many are there? 7, 8?
Yes, there's 8 in total. 8 films, but 7 books.
Because the second one is in 2 parts, isn't it? The last one,
yes,
rather, is
the
in 2
last
parts.
one. Yeah, the Deathly Hallows.
Producer Georgina is saying she went to the premiere, met a load of the actors.
Wow.
Stayed overnight in Trafalgar Square. Wow, there you go.
That's very cool.
There you go.
Wow. I know, poor Alan Rickman.
Oh, yeah.
I was devastated.
He was
amazing
Snape,
actor.
wasn't he? Snape.
Just move that down a bit. I put that too high.
Yeah, we got to about, I think, the 4th one with the kids, and then my mum was like, "Ooh, you can't watch any more than that because they get a little bit scary." But our kids were sort of like, 7, 8.
Yeah,
I mean, I could watch it, but obviously want to watch it with the kids,
Yeah, I remember when my little girl was young and it came out. I can't remember which one it was, but it was the one with the book. And as you open the book, it had the teeth, and it was like...
Had the what?
Had teeth. Oh, is it in the 3rd one?
Oh, I don't remember
Is that the... No, what's... I know which one the 3rd one is, and now I can't think. Prisoner of Azkaban, my favourite. I love that one. That's my favourite.
Is that the one they talk about Tom Riddle?
Yes. And the book, it literally, it's got teeth. So as you open it, it literally goes, yeah. And
what does it do?
It goes, yeah. and my daughter was laying next to me. I think she was about 5 at the time, something like that. And she literally jumped out of her chair and run out the room. It really scared her. And we didn't realise it was going to be that scary. So I'm going to bring in my finished one. All I've done is this slightly different. I put a piece of ribbon behind, but it is a gorgeous one that you can put together just to see how much all those elements are really usable. So whether you are putting a scrapbook together or those cards, these elements just go hand in hand.
Phenomenal. Love the fact that we managed to squeeze in that final quick demo for you, but this has been a wonderful masterclass. Hats off to our Debbie, and actually I think giving you loads of inspiration and ideas of things that you can make with this collection. Obviously you're going to be able to make some gorgeous projects, some gorgeous cards. We've been concentrating just on the scrapbooking side of things, but again, just reading the comments, so many of you saying that either A, you prefer your scrapbooking, or B, you've really gotten into scrapbooking recently. That's where I think this collection is really going to hold loads of joy for you. And actually, again, the fact that you've got so much within this collection, it gives you an idea of the things that you can try. And actually, you think, you know what, I am going to print off a few photos. I'm going to get this collection, going to print off a few photos, and I'm going to attempt my first scrapbook page. This would be a brilliant collection to do it with. You're making that saving today already of £32.81 or $43.05. Comes down to £129 or $172. Less your 20% is £103.20 or $137.60. Grab it whilst you can. Debbie, thank you so much. When are you back? Tomorrow?
I am back tomorrow, yes. I've got a full day with Becky tomorrow, so and then back with you on Monday, Ben.
Yes, I shall certainly look forward to that. Got a big HSM preview show, of course, coming up a little bit later on, but Becky will be back with Bernie for Softer Side of Life in the morning, so we shall see you then.